Hey folks, Allison here. Well, do you want to grow in humility? Do you want to grow in virtue? Do you want to have a better marriage, better relationship with your kids? Grow in your career or your chosen line of work? There's one thing you need to learn how to do well, and it's this: learn how to take criticism well. And that's really hard because let's face it, some people don't deliver it real well, and we right away get our dukes up. We're ready to fight them. We might feel humiliated, we might feel embarrassed, we might feel unfairly judged. And sometimes that is the case. But I think too often people make the assumption that it's always the case, that it's unfair. And I think you're better off making the assumption that there's probably a little truth here. And as much as this hurts, and I may not enjoy this, and maybe they were wrong in the way they delivered it, I need to look within and learn from it. And I can tell you in my own experience, sometimes when somebody's called me on the carpet about something, you don't like it. But if you take that time to say, is there some truth to this? What can I learn from this? Maybe to even open a discussion. Let's say it's your spouse, and say, all right, like, help me to understand like what your need is here. Because maybe I was just kind of like missing the boat. In your career, let's say you have a job review. Again, it's our natural tendency because of our pride to get defensive. I remember being in the supermarket with a friend, and she accidentally hit the person in front of her with the shopping cart, which hit her right in the Achilles. And the woman's like, ow! And she got so defensive. Instead of like, she's like, I'm sorry. She got all like huffy, like the woman shouldn't have reacted that way. Now, can't help how you react when you get hit in the Achilles, right? But I think that that's a good example. Sometimes that's even though we may do something wrong, we don't like to be told about it. But if you want to grow, and of course, if you're praying to grow in humility, it's going to come, all right? Just like growing in patience, God's going to make you wait. If you want to grow in humility, there are going to be these moments that your pride is going to be mortified. But let me tell you something, there's so much to learn from that. And if we use it as an opportunity for growth, it's amazing what you'll be able to accomplish and how much you'll be able to grow. Now think about in marriage, all right? Those little annoyances between spouses, or maybe there's some big things. Pray for a spirit of humility to really hear what your spouse is saying. It might be something little like leaving the cap off the toothpaste that annoys him or her, or whatever the case may be. But can you make those sometimes very small corrections because it's been asked of you, even though you might not think it's a big deal? I'm going to open again tonight anyway and use the toothpaste. That may be the case, and that might be your philosophy. But those are the things where, hey, if we want to learn to live well with others, and particularly with our spouse and our kids, sometimes our kids will give us criticisms and we don't really want to hear them, but you need to listen because there's usually something there. Now, of course, there are some people who have it out for you. Okay. But again, don't make the assumption that everybody does. Say, what can I learn from this? All right. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I do see that as a problem for a lot of people. And, certainly in therapy, we see this sometimes, especially in marriage counseling, that there's such a defensiveness. And if we can get past that, let me tell you, you will see amazing growth. So I hope you find that helpful. Make sure you like and share the video, and may God bless you.